What's going on, plugins? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about an international prospect in BYU basketball. Before we get into this video, make sure you drop a like. If you're new here, sub to the channel and become a part of the family. Now let's get into the video. Kevin Young and his coaching staff have been making some interesting moves adding international prospects to the BYU roster. They got a star from Russia to commit, Egor Demin, who's a 6'9 guard, who's a shot creator and playmaker. With his size and skill set, he should have a great freshman season, and NBA scouts already projected him to be a lottery pick in the 2025 NBA draft. BYU's assistant coach Will Voigt has a lot of international connections, and he's able to give BYU a recruiting advantage when it comes to getting international prospects. He helped Kevin Young land Egor Demin, and he just helped him add another player to the roster. 6'9" forward Khadim announced he's committed to BYU a few days ago. He's in a class of 2025, but he's going to reclass to the 2024 class, so he's going to play for BYU this season. He played for the NBA Academy Africa. For the people who don't know what that is, that's an elite basketball training center in Senegal. For the top male and female prospects from Africa, and has a partnership with the NBA, Duke has a freshman on their roster right now that played for NBA Academy Africa, and he might be a first-round draft pick after his freshman season. But anyways, Khadim's athletic stretch forward. He's a player who can play multiple positions for BYU. He's a good player in transition who can get downhill and get points in the paint, and he'll be a nice lob threat for BYU. With his long wingspan and jumping ability, he have no problem out jumping defenders and catching lobs in traffic. I couldn't find a measurement on his wingspan, but plugins, his wingspan is huge. With him being 6'9", he might be a menace on defense, blocking shots, getting steals, and grabbing rebounds. He can also knock down mid-range and three-point shots. He's not a polished jump shooter just yet, but with some development, he could turn out to be a great shooter in college. He'll be the youngest player on the roster. He's only 17 years old, and he turns 18 in September. He's a raw prospect that's developing his game. He might be a player who has the highest ceiling out of everyone currently on the roster. If he stays at BYU for 2 to 3 years, he could be special. Kevin Young is getting a high upside athletic player that can do a lot of things in the court. Khadim has a lot of potential. Pairing that up with Kevin Young, who has a track record of developing players, this is a perfect match for him to develop his game and get him to the NBA. I'm not sure what position he'll play, but it'll probably be best to put him at the 4. He could be a mismatch for opposing teams because he's so athletic and he moves so well on and off the ball. Also, him being on the roster would be good for a player like Cannon Catchings, because it's reported that Kevin Young might try to put him at power forward. But now that Khadim's on the roster and he's going to get some solid minutes, you can just keep Cannon at shooting guard or small forward. But what do y'all think, plugins? Should Kevin Young still play Cannon at power forward? Drop y'all opinions in the comments. Khadim will make his impact during his freshman year by playing defense, getting to the rim for dunks, being a lob threat in transition, and grabbing rebounds. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets into the starting lineup in the middle of the season. In the second half of the season, he could be giving BYU solid production on both sides of the ball, so BYU fans, don't be shocked if he sneaks into the starting lineup before the season's over. BYU's roster is looking very good. They have a lot of size and athletic players on the roster. The starting lineup and the players that are going to be coming off the bench got me feeling like BYU could be one of the top teams in the country. I know it's way too early for me to be saying this, but I'm a BYU believer at this point. They have the solid veteran players, and they have the young freshman core who can go out there and get a bucket and be playmakers, and a lot of players with potential and upside, so it's looking like it's going to be a special season for BYU. Kevin Young basically has his roster complete, and his coaching staff is one of the best in college. The expectations for the season is going to be crazy. BYU will win a bunch of games this season, and I expect them to make a deep run in March. I'm excited for the season just like y'all are. This ain't the BYU of old. It's a new era, and it's going to be fun to watch. BYU fans, how do y'all feel about Khadim being added to the roster? Do you believe he's going to make a big impact during his freshman season? Drop your opinions in the comments, drop a like on the video, and sub to the channel. If you want more BYU videos, smash that like button. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.